Bit the thing I remember these things. Took up most of the yard. Wow. We were just saying this morning how big yard felt that we moved everything about, and now we've got this in flipping heck. Good morning, Monday. Start of another week. I'm over in Harrogate actually at school outside of me here. It's an SEN school, so it's hard to film. It even says no electronic devices everywhere, windows and stuff and doors. Basically the jobs is it's a care home as well, so it's fencing this car park off here. Yeah, it's although one of them where they want them's on a bit of a slope up there, and then there's another bit that I've been round back at school. It's going to be 2 metre high, 358 mesh. There's about 60 metres in this car park bit, 2 double gates and a single at the top, quite a wide single up there, 1.5, and then round the back it was just a 1.2 single, and again fencing to go in front of a wall, which there's a fence next door and it's all leaning in, so that'll be interesting. But the fellow here has just taken over 4 or 5 weeks ago in charge as like the business manager or whatever. So he's getting his head around everything. There might be a few bits and bats from that as well here on the electronic side. So, I mean, they've got all Paxton everywhere and all gates. So, yeah, we'll see on that one. But while I'm over this way, I've actually got another job to see now. I think it's Weatherby, is it? Somewhere like that, Carpet Place. So it's not a million miles from here. So it worked out quite well. Yeah, I've just done my little drawings in my book and measured this car park bit. I couldn't measure that one because it took me through the school and I didn't have my wheel on me. So I'll let Google Earth that bit round there, but if I want to estimate it's about 30 metres. But I'll Google Earth that when I get back. So yeah, I'm going to just ring this other client now, make sure he's going to be there. And I shall get on my way to the next job. Hopefully I can get some footage there. Congratulations to Bobby and Carl this weekend. We had a great wedding over at Ilkley for them too. Fantastic. Well, Carl had booked today off actually, but the lads were going to come in and do the yard because we need a load of stuff moving and blah blah blah, but we're absolutely peeing it down this morning, so we said, well, don't worry about it, we'll do it tomorrow, because I knew I was coming over here as well, you see. Yeah, so hopefully everyone will be back in tomorrow, back at it, and I shall make my way over to this other site now and see how we get on there. Oh, this is a decent job I'm looking at the minute. Carpet Place here, it's the whole site. They actually have Howden's Joinery next to it, and I just had our kitchen done with them. So yeah, it's all the way around this site actually. Well, they're not doing it back for now. There's like 3 sides and gates. I don't know if you know, you can see, but it's basically gates are there and there's chain link with concrete posts all the way around. Got to take that down. There's a couple of trees that are self-seeded on the fence line up there. They're going to get rid of them. So be a decent meterage this, good few hundred metres anyway I think. Couple of options, 2.4. I mean I'll send them 3 options actually. There's V-mesh which is all that road. They've got some palisade at their existing premises, but I've said it'd be expensive that, especially if you're getting it coated. So I kind of recommended a twin mesh, which I think he likes the sound of. So yeah, I'll get this one measured now, and then yeah, hopefully we might get this. Sounds very promising. They've actually got a few sites I think. So back to, they've got one at Kirkstall, and I think I did that years ago. I do actually remember the bloke. So yeah, it's weird how they come back years later like that, isn't it? A couple of good jobs I've seen there this morning over this way, so hopefully we might get one, if not both. That'll keep us going. I'll make my way back to office once I've measured this, see how we get on. Good morning. Tuesday. Oof. Not so bad actually at the minute, but I come down yesterday. The yard's nice and wet, I've noticed. Making sure everything's in order. We're going to have a day in yard today actually. Got a delivery to do, some gates and some bits to pick up from powder coaters. Sorry, I bet you can't see me there, can you? Lads should be here soon. I've just got here, I'm getting kettle on. We can all have a brew and then discuss what we're going to do. Tomorrow I've got to go back to Linthwaite and meet like a structural engineer and the project manager there. I'll go over with Carl. Might take somebody else with us because we've got to dig a couple of trial holes and we've only got an hour to do it. We'll see how that one goes tomorrow and decide a plan from there. Be nice to get back before Christmas, but I can't see us. It needs all new post making and everything, so that one's probably out. Just moving, them stillages there we're actually going to scrap. Carl's going to get his steel in. He's got a couple of gates to make. Rest of the lads are just doing that. Just back over at Linthwaite now. Just waiting for this engineer to come. Structural engineer. He's already been had a look at the wall. And then he's got to work. He's going to have us dig a couple of trial holes. And then just, he'll work out then from there what needs to happen in regards to post, thickness, stuff like that, heights, and best way forward. So yeah, we're just waiting for him. We're out a bit early, but the school actually want a couple more works, bit of timber, one at the side of me here which I can't film. Nursery kids are out, and then there's some round the back that we've already done. They want it double paling on one side, just a bit of it. So lads have just walked around there, Carl and Baggy. Yeah, I thought that. I'm struggling a bit on the second one, it's a bit wider. So that's part of the wall. I'm going to make the pad wider, I think. It's like a f***ing bus stop you've brought back. This gate's nearly done already. Jamie and Ben have brought a bus stop back. Careful with them, they'll be slippy, Baggy. Yeah, you want them out and all really, don't you? You might finally be able to get to half of his yard. It's just been a bit of a dumping ground for the last couple of years, but we're going to sort all this palisade out. Problem is, it's going to rain tomorrow. And we're starting to do timber we can use. And we're going to carry on as timber fence in there, just so it's a bit more private. So they've come out from behind us now. So anyway, I'm off home now, so not feeling right cracking. So I'll see you at morning. Good morning. Another day in paradise, Thursday already. What are we on with? Carl's finishing the little single gate and then now working the way through all this palisade there. And I'm going to dig it out and get it ready. But they're going to do fencing down back there and then get all that moved in the next couple of days. And we'll concrete it at some point next week. Carl and Jamie are going to build a bit of a lean-to here so we can put steel in that we've been wanting. But me and Carl have, we're out most of the day today actually. We've got quite a few jobs to see that we've got coming up. So we're just going to go through them and have a final measure, stuff like that. So yeah, all in all quite a busy day. But what a fantastic win for Leeds last night, eh? Get in. Oh yes, fantastic. Should have got something out of that game against City at weekend, would have been flying, but Liverpool at weekend, it'll be a tough game. But yeah, that's what happens in Premier League. So anyway, I'll get off with the football talk for now, so it's a fencing channel, and shall see you soon. Coming on in yard, I'm getting there now. We're getting all palisade sorted, what we've got, and we're going to work his way through these. Got loads of palisade, we're getting rid of these bloody shelving things that we've had. It's just, they just take up too much room. Going through everything, look at all these that we've had a while, but they do come in. And then we're going to move all these out, scrape it, get us fencing up, concrete. So all that area there will be concreted, so make his yard a lot bigger. Looks weird with that empty next door now. Once upon a time I had all this and all that up there. They're all mine. Times changed, don't they? Anyway, Carl's just about finishing his gate, and I think Ben's going to drop it down that galvanises for us. It's a little job for next week after. We've got a couple of little jobs here. There's 3 gates there, and then that's another little job here. Yeah, all looking good. He's just going to get that finished, and me and Carl are going site surveying. We've got three jobs to do. One that we've been promised, a big mesh job. We're just going to suss that out, which isn't too far from us in Pudsey. And then 2 schools, part of a trust that we did last year. One were at Denham. Well, phase 2 of the fencing doing there, and then one of their other schools in the trust. So yeah, quite busy at the minute, not bad at all. Called up here at Denham. This is phase 2, then about going off this existing fence just there, but they're going on the outside of that timber fence. It goes all the way down the bottom You can't get through, so you've got to carry it all via a nightmare. 2.4 V mesh. Look how windy it is. It's always bleak up here. So we want a 1.2 wide gate there. Mesh is actually on this side, opening up to the fence, and then a piece putting in there. But it's got to be 1.2 in between the posts, and the piece we can use is stood up here. So yeah, we're just going to fence this off here. It's 10 metres with the gate there, mesh on this side, and the gate's open in there. Yeah. Finish that post. Yeah, well, a bit of a change of plan. We all work all bottom at yard here, which we're still doing, but now we're going to have to move all this because the kid next door's come out and he's got a 40-foot container that he needs to get out. And basically, we've got it cheap, so we're going to take a bit of fence down and try drag it through here, and it'll go along here, and then Carl can get his steel in. But the only problem is it's going to come right to about here. We'll take up a big bit of room, but it is what it is. And then me and Carl have got to go over to this job that we're doing straight after Christmas, Palisade, to have a final measure and suss the gates out. So yeah, should be fun and games today, and we'll try and get some footage as we go along. Move around here, yard looks like a different yard. I'll just come there for little jobs, but look at all this. Quite a total different yard. I know, no, it's always like that. It's like a total different yard. We've cleared all this because we've got to get that dragged in there. We're going to take us fencing down here and hopefully drag it straight in. So yeah, we're going to have to move all this just so we can get to stuff. So once this container goes here, we'll be knackered. So yeah, hopefully when we get back we'll have this down ready for that.
State of play, the Manitou has arrived. He says he'll have it out in a jiffy. It's been sawn, whacker plated, cable's been buried, that trenching bucket, buried that, whackered that. Ready to rock, aren't we? Could be a good day, could be a bad day. You're not going to have much more room here, are you? Go on, you're right. Yeah, just turn it. We'll be able to... Whoa, 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 whoa. Cables are sound. She's nearly in position. 20 foot to the front. Yeah.
It's basically a doorway.
A doorway, right.
Yeah, so we're just over in Weatherby again, actually, just doing this job that we've got. We're just checking it with thing. And we'll come to look at gates actually mainly, but chain link all the way down here to take down, and new Palisade in black going up. I think this was 290 or 300 metres, something like that. Hence we're checking it, but it will mainly for gates what we're coming to have a look at. We're going to leave these gate posts, rub them down, paint them, and then make new gate frames to fit these. I was saying, oh, we might be able to use these. Good state of that. Knackered. Yeah, and then it's this line up to the top.
Right to the back corner?
Yeah, right up to the top corner. Yeah, go up to here, measure it on. They're gonna move all that wall that's fallen down for us. And there's 2 trees up here, you'll see, which they're gonna get rid. So I'll have to tell him when we're thinking of coming, you know. Gotta get all this moved here, so it's all gonna fall in. Walls falling down there, they've got to get moved. And then there were these 2 trees here that have self-seeded here, which are gonna get chopped down. So we'll just check his measurements and we'll take some measurements at gates, and then we'll get this one more or less straight after Christmas. So good job to come back to early. Then we'll see you for now. Wow. It's a bit busy. I remember these things. Took up most at yard. Wow. We were just saying this morning how big yard felt that we moved everything about, and now we've got this in. Flipping heck. This is a bit big. But we're just going to take this little bit of fence down now and move it over a little bit, and then back a foot. So every inch counts, as they say. And then they're going to put a bit of a roof on this bit here, across here. Wow, a bit bigger than I thought. That's another week done at Airedale. Just realised I didn't do an ending video at yard. We were too busy messing about with that new container. I'm still dubious whether I like it or not. I think it takes it too much at yard, but we'll see about that. I've got plans obviously for rest at yard and racking and stuff. But anyway, yeah, not a bad week all in all. The weather were meant to be really bad, most of it sort of held off. Got a bit yesterday, but not too bad. So yeah, if you like what we do, give us a thumbs up, or try that new hype button. What's the worst that can happen? Comment down below, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.